Hey everybody, this is Sean, and in today's video, I'd like to share certain things about enlightenment, about Vipassana, and I haven't updated this YouTube channel for some time, but I was just reading it yesterday, and I saw a lot of people messaging, interacting, and I felt really encouraged to update some of the videos that I've shared in the past. In this video, I'm going to share about Vipassana, why Vipassana is and isn't the answer to enlightenment. So to begin with, we're going to just take a couple of deep breaths, mainly for myself, because I just want to kind of center myself. So I encourage you to join with me. So I'm just going to take a couple of deep breaths, keeping our chest out and back straight. And just becoming aware of the sense of presence, the emotions that are present, the sensations that are present, the thoughts that are present, whether it's excitement, anxiety, depression, hope, fear. We just let it be there together for a few minutes. And what we're really doing right now is we're not waiting for anything to really happen. We're not trying to find happiness in a future moment. We're just looking at any unhappiness that may be present and washing it with the love of present awareness. So we're not hunting for good feelings, folks. We are washing, we are cleaning. And all we have to do to clean up and to wash up is to look. And this looking is not a doing, it's a non-doing. Because the looking and being aware is what we are. Letting the breath come in naturally. And still feel a little bit of heaviness in my breath right now. Just becoming aware of it. And becoming aware of the heartbeat. That's got a little bit excited because I have my, bunch of people looking at me right now. What is it, like 28 people looking? Nice. Yeah, it's interesting because I was just in my room right now making these videos, those of you who are watching, and I never have any like anxiety or excitement or anything. I just make videos. But now, because there are some bunch of people there, all of a sudden it feels different. It feels different. Isn't that amazing? Like you guys are there wherever you are, I don't even know you. And all of a sudden we all feel different. Like you feel me and I feel you. So it's quite amazing. So that's why I feel like these YouTube channels and this technology is a big miracle, because some of the things that you know can help me, some of the things that I know can help you, and because we can actually connect to each other so easily with this technology, it's quite amazing. So if I share something today that's going to help you in your life or in whatever area, your relationship, your finances, your spirituality, like you will benefit greatly from it. And for me, it didn't cost me anything. It was just something that I was doing for fun anyway. This is like leisure for me. So it's quite amazing. So anyway, if you're experienced with meditation, what we're trying to do is to get ourselves centered. Good. And my talk today is about Vipassana. In my previous videos, I've shared how Vipassana has completely revolutionized my life, how it has been a great way for me becoming aware that I'm not my thoughts, I'm not the body, and most importantly, adding a lot of discipline into my life. I remember at first I became inspired to go take this silent course. My friend Depeche, he's like, Sean, there's this course, you go there for 10 days, you're silent. Anyway, it was an incredibly torturous experience. I was about to leave after about 4 days, and but I didn't leave, and it was. I'm so grateful that I didn't leave, um, and as a result of that, I experienced a lot of peace of mind. I guess the purpose of this video is to tell you the other side of Vipassana, because in my previous videos I talk really highly of Vipassana, how much it changed my life, how amazing it is, how valuable it is for our awakening. But in this video, I would like to share the other side of it, where it may not be the answer. It may not be the final answer for many of us. So I just read this comment on my YouTube channel that some guy was saying he's suffering through his meditation, he's sitting through it, he doesn't want to do it, but he does it anyway. And I did that for many years. And I guess what I want to share is to help those of you who are meditating Vipassana or any kind of meditation and feel like you have to do the right thing, which just doesn't feel good, to realize that there is other ways, and there is certain gifts come to our life at a certain time. Like Vipassana came to my life where I really needed that. I needed that structure. I needed that discipline, daily sitting, an hour in the morning, an hour at night. I needed to go to retreats for 10 days, for 7 times. I just needed to cleanse a lot of myself and just go deep inside myself. But I realized after years of doing that, I still had anxiety, I still had fears, I still had worries, and I kind of reached a limit where it just wasn't, like going more anymore. That's when I started to search for other things. I started to found courses such as A Course in Miracles. I discovered the process of true forgiveness and what that means to me. And I met guys like Rupert Spira and Muji. Like, write all these names down. If any of them, they all have YouTube channels. These are all my teachers who have really helped me in different ways. So Vipassana was a path for me. And after a few years, I realized that there are other paths that are just as valuable. That's not to say I still don't love Vipassana. I'm still registered to go to another sitting because I really feel like 10 days of silence away from the city and the noise, it's life changer. It makes me to appreciate everything. So now, what is the path for me now? You may be asking, so what is the way we could do it? It's actually a lot easier than I thought. I used to think you have to sit for silence for like 5 hours, and the longer you can sit, the more enlightened you are. And, that wasn't quite true. Although it was a stage, it was very necessary, it wasn't quite true. And what I discovered is that the process of forgiveness, forgiving other people, and more especially forgiving myself, is the most powerful spiritual experience we can have. The most powerful way to overcome depression. I was on antidepressants since I was 18 years old till I was 25 years old, guys. 25 years old. That's like 5-6 years on antidepressants. I really thought something is wrong with me. I thought like people don't like me, or I thought I'm not good enough. I thought, I'm not tall enough. I thought I'm not white enough because I'm from another country. I'm from Iran originally. So I thought I'm just not good enough. And I had all these depressions, and I was taking all these pills, trying to find happiness, blaming my parents, everything like that. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm just sharing that I struggled a lot with depression. I guess that's what the point is. And that the most powerful way that I found healing from it is the process of forgiveness that I learned. So meditation, it's great. It gives us the chance to be present and to develop our discipline and peace of mind, etc. But forgiveness, it really cures us from suffering. And what I mean by forgiveness is there's different ways of forgiveness. The latest way, I'll tell you the most powerful one, okay? This is the most powerful way of forgiveness that I've learned. And this is according to a guy named Gary Reynolds, the author of the book called The Disappearance of the Universe. You can write this down and read it. It's a fun book to read. And it basically talks about 3 steps to forgiveness. The first step, let's say somebody does something wrong to you, or you did something wrong to yourself, like you did something bad and you blame yourself. So the first step of forgiveness, we realize that everything we see, everything we touch, everything in this life is actually a dream. It's like a dream we had last night. You know, we wake up from a dream and we feel like we're this other guy in Tokyo having sex with Jamie, who was married. If you're a guy, you may have had a dream like that. Anyway, so you dream of a guy, you're Harry in Tokyo having sex with Mary, who was married, and you feel guilty in your dream. But you wake up the next day and you're like, wait a minute, that was just a dream. There is no Harry, I'm right here, and my wife is beside me. But then in your real life, you start to watch porn, let's say, you know, and then you start to watch porn secretly, don't tell your wife, and you're beating yourself over it. So true forgiveness would be you recognize that this life is also a dream that's going on, very similar to the dream that you had the night before. So this is not the ultimate reality. Although our experience is very real, and I'm not saying that how you feel is not doesn't seem like the real life. I feel like that too, but really in reality, once we really do this type of work and we recognize that everything we see is just an illusion. We feel like we're inside the body, but that's actually not true. We are the awareness. Everything that we see is happening in us. So in other words, just in the same way that Harry imagines having sex with Mary in Japan, it's all happening in your mind when you're sleeping. There's no Harry in Tokyo. In the same way, right now you're having this experience. You're sitting there, you're here, I'm here. We feel like we're separate, but everything is appearing inside the mind. The one consciousness that is hearing these voices is the one consciousness that I share, that you share, that the whole world shares. And time is not linear, although Newtonian foundation has taught us for many years that time is a linear concept. Right now it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and our mind thinks that that's true. That's actually not it. That just appears like it is. But the truth is, the universe is a hologram. That means everything that could already happen has already happened. Everything that we think can happen has already happened. And anything that you could think could go wrong has already gone wrong. And anything you think that could go right has already gone right. And the difference is our state of presence right now determines the outcome we experience as an apparent separate self. So certain things that I share may just sound like total craziness, but certain things that I say will hit true for you, and the things that will hit true for you will eventually override the things that doesn't hit true for you. Because in life, like our experience will teach us certain things that become self-evident. So nothing I share to you, I want you to believe as ultimate truth. I want you to just see what resonates to you and test it in your own reality and see if it makes sense. So basically, going back, the true forgiveness that we can do is the most powerful spiritual thing we can do. According to Dr. David R. Hawkins, the author of Power versus Force and Letting Go and many other books, forgiveness is a miraculous tool. Now, so here's about the process of true forgiveness. So when I do true forgiveness, I first recognize that everything that I see is actually not happening to me, is done by me. Not by me, the personal Sean, the separate ego sitting here, no. By me, the real me, which is the real you, the awareness that is aware of these words, the real consciousness, you could say the child of God, the only child of God, the Christ. And I'm not going to use too many religious terms because we've all been too much dogmatic or forced with a lot of dogma and religion. That's not about it. But there is one consciousness, and that's Christ consciousness or Buddha nature or whatever. And that's our big mind, you could say. And this big mind is one that we share all together. Having this dream of separation, as Sean, doing his own thing, he's trying to inspire people on whatever, and you, Mary, Jamie, Angela, Luann, whoever you are, you're having this dream, your big mind having this dream of separation. So in order for us to return back to our big mind or to feel peace of our presence, we start to recognize first that we are not an effect in the world, but it's happening in our mind. We just really recognize that everything we see, everything we hear, it's all being known by our awareness. So we are giving birth to everything that we see. So the world becomes like a movie, basically. It's like a movie you're seeing. Now, you don't beat yourself up for having a bad dream. You just had a bad dream. So we have to recognize, step one, recognize everything we see is a dream. Step two, we recognize that all the characters in the movie that we see are innocent, including ourselves. So if you have an addiction, you're doing something bad, we are actually innocent. So the character has these flaws. There's so many things that has to go wrong for us to have these tendencies. your parents' tendencies, your genetics, the conditioning you were raised, the movies you've been exposed to, how much your parents loved you. There's so many conditions. So it's really not the body's fault that we have these imperfections. So knowing that, we recognize that we're not the body, and we're not this poor thing that's an effect in the world, and we realize that all the characters in the movie are innocent. So that's step 2. And step 3, we see others how we want to see ourselves, and we just recognize that we are this peaceful, aware being that beyond time, that is not localized. And in that experience, there's total release. And the more we do this process of forgiveness, which is recognizing the illusory nature of all experiences, the less we blame other people, the less we get into arguments with our parents, etc. That is not to say we may not have relapses back into the old system, because the egoic system or our sense of separation has been dominating us for so many years, for eons. So right now, with the awakening of our planet, of our consciousness is raising to a new level of understanding. So these truths are becoming more common. So that's all I wanted to share today. I would like to see if anybody has said something. Okay. And I'm going to share. If you guys have questions, feel free to post it. I'm going to check my YouTube channel, see if there's any questions coming in. Oh, no questions here. Cool. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. So what do you need to do? How can you take it home? What I shared with you. From now on, make an absolute decision. Absolute decision that is non-negotiable, that you will forgive yourself for any mistake that you made, or any mistake that you will make, or any mistake that you are making. Instantly forgive yourself. If you don't understand the true forgiveness, how everything is a dream right now, don't worry about it. Just forgive yourself by letting go of blaming yourself and feeling like you're a victim. So when we first forgive ourselves, then we can actually forgive other people. The next thing we do is we go through life, and whatever happens, we look for opportunities to forgive others. So, and if we fail to forgive others, we don't blame ourselves. Again, we have to forgive ourselves, the process. So in my coaching program, what I teach is I get you to write down in my past coaching students, I get them to write down all the people who hurt them the most. This is how I attracted my partner. The picture you see on the screen, I don't know if you saw it, is my girlfriend. And I'm in the best relationship of my life. I've never had such an amazing relationship ever. And the way I attracted into my life, which may inspire some of you who may be single and would love to have someone to share beautiful moments together, here's my recommendation for those single people who want to attract love of their life. So you would just list all the people that you have already dated in the past. You probably had some sexual experiences. Some of them may have been very hurtful and bad. Some of them may have been good and you miss them, but you're upset because it's separated and it didn't work out. List the name of all the people that you have dated or had sex with. And then start to forgive every single one of them completely. So you just look at them and you just say, I forgive you for any pain, and recognize that everything you see is an illusion inside your own mind. You created this dream so that you can experience these feelings. Right? So forgive every single person in your past. Forgive yourself if you've done something wrong, that you lost your partner. You may have got cheated or cheated on your partner, and your partner left you and you beat yourself up over it. It doesn't help you. If you beat yourself up over it, you're never going to attract anybody else to you. So by forgiving yourself, you're actually opening up your heart for somebody else who's right now trying to be with you. Right? You know what I mean? Like right now, if you're single, there is somebody on the planet right now. There's 6 billion people here, folks. One person right now is praying. It's praying day and night to be with you. And you're the only one who can make her or him laugh. Like one of the things with my girlfriend, I love, I like share stuff with her and she laughs, and she really laughs, like a genuine laugh. And some of the things I share is quite stupid. You know, I don't know anybody who would laugh at that. Or there are times that I just learned something and I want to share it with someone, and you know the things that you sometimes know and you just want to share it with someone, and you really want somebody to find it as interested as you in this topic. It's like that. So I share it with my girlfriend, something I learned, something is just crazy and out of the order, or something just very odd. And then she listens to it with full interest and she gets just as excited for it. And I'm like, How is that even possible? And that's when I know, like, this person was meant for me. I don't have to try to please her. I don't have to try to look good for her. I don't have to try to be funny. None of that bullshit that I used to have in my old fake relationships. So when the real relationship comes as a result of this forgiveness process that we do, we attract the right people who we can naturally enjoy the process with, including friends. Like, I used to have not many friends. Now I have a really good friend. His name is Matthew Park, and this guy, I feel like he's my little brother, you know. And we have such a great friendship. And I think, anyway, I feel like the reason I'm blessed with these people in my life is because I learned the process of forgiveness a few years ago, and I'm still practicing. And there's still a lot of things that I go suffering still. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm not trying to say I'm this, guru of life by any means. No, I'm just sharing with you that forgiveness works. Is I'm trying to prove it to you with different examples from my life. Make sense? So let's do this. Let's start forgiving. Let's forgive ourselves first. Let's forgive others. If you want to read the book called The Disappearance of the Universe, go check it out on Amazon or whatever. If you want to go deeper, if you're like a more spiritually advanced person and you want to kind of have a spiritual awakening, check out the book called ACIM, A Course in Miracles. You could check out Rupert Spira. A lot of the talks that I said about the disappearance of time and space and how we're not separate. At first, when I heard these things from my teacher, Rupert Spira, I thought, he's gone crazy, because of course I'm here and you're there. But no, things are not as they appear. All the fears that we have are all an illusion. They're not real. You worry about money, your bills, your loneliness, they're all fake. They're not real. That's the best news anybody could give you, isn't it? So keep pursuing this. If this talk inspires you, keep pursuing these truths, because what I share comes from truth to help myself, really, because you are me and I'm you. Cool? Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Thank you for watching.